Before he was elected, US President Donald Trump said he could end the war in Ukraine in one day. This week, Trump revealed he has spoken to Russian President Vladimir Putin about a deal to end the conflict. The call is already proving controversial as Trump appears to be shifting American policy towards Europe in what could be a crunch point. So what's the context of all this? The US is a member of NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, a military alliance formed to protect members from Russian expansion in Europe following World War II. NATO and collective defense is a core part of the so-called rules-based international order. Essentially, it's the 21st century norm that states don't invade one another's territory, or face consequences if they do. NATO, with the US as a key financial contributor, has been funding Ukraine's defense against Russia, which invaded the neighboring country more than 3 years ago. But on his road back to the White House, Trump has emphasized a move away from America's role, and by extension, Europe. He considers funding European security too expensive, has urged NATO members to up their defense spending to 5% of GDP, and champions an America-first approach globally. What have Trump and Putin said? Trump's call to Putin was a big moment after the Russian leader has been frozen out of international diplomacy since the invasion. They spoke on the phone on Wednesday, and Trump said on social media that they agreed to have our respective teams start negotiations immediately. Trump later told reporters at the White House that he may meet Putin in Saudi Arabia, while US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth suggested it was unlikely that Ukraine would join NATO. Following the call with Putin, Trump also spoke to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. Why has all this been controversial? The change in the US approach to Russia marks a big shift from the Biden administration, which prioritized Ukrainian involvement in discussions. In response, European nations released a joint statement which insisted Ukraine and Europe must be part of any negotiations. And questions have been asked about what concessions Russia would have to make, including by former MI6 chief Sir Alex Younger. President Zelenskyy has urged Western allies to continue to hold Russia accountable, warning that it continues to expand its army and attack Ukrainian cities and infrastructure. What could happen next? It comes as world leaders meet in Germany for the annual Munich Security Conference. The summit will see key international meetings and ongoing discussions about Ukraine. UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has said Ukraine is on an irreversible path to join NATO. And French President Emmanuel Macron told the Financial Times a peace that is a capitulation to Putin would be bad news for everyone, including the US. The key question now, he said, is whether Putin will genuinely agree to a ceasefire. But European leaders also have to manage their relationships with President Trump amid uncertainty around future trade tariffs. While NATO chief Mark Rutte insisted the crucial issue is now to make sure Putin will never ever again try to attack Ukraine. He also stressed NATO has robust defense plans to protect our 1 billion people. What do you think about Trump and Putin's discussions on Ukraine? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and follow City AM for more on this story and others.